areas initiated?
Excellent question. Which ones are the most valid to me? Well, for me, as a doctor in Monty, for me, it is our genetic food modification thing to me, because, you know, I can deal with, you know, there's a government plot to take down buildings, war on terror, economy, whatever, and business as usual, you know, a way of keeping business. But to then, you know, alter the genetic structure of the very essence of what we need to eat to survive seems a little beyond corporate greed. That seems to me where you're crossing a line between, you know, I get it, yes, all conspiracies are basically the way business is run. It's a top-down pyramid information where the CEO knows the most and what you need to know is given to you. And yes, you know, there's screw-ups and people will then gather around to cover their ass and go, hey, you say this and you say that, and that'll cover us here for whatever this major thing was. And that's business as usual. But then to go, okay, we're going to take the apple and we're going to genetically modify it so that its sugar structure then causes horrible obesity, and so an apple a day suddenly is like covered in pesticide and is destroying your internal. That to me goes a little bit beyond, hey, we just need our corporate bottom line at Monsanto to look a little better for the next year to match our shareholders' expectations. So that for me is the one that I find most valid, I'm concerned about the most. And that was Dr. Stanley Monteith's thing. He talks a lot more about that. There's a few other people in there that also are big on Gemma on the water supply as well, you know, that our fresh water is down to 3% of public access and the rest of it is all corporately owned. Something like that worldwide, so that, you know, the bottled water and all that sort of thing that's slowly being taken away. And, you know, it's just like, those are harsh things, and it's always, and it's like, and then the question is, how do you continue to have a sense of humor and do comedy? I had a friend do a stand-up comedy bit once where he had two microphones on either side of the stage, and one he would just read statistics of like horrible tragedies, and then on this mic he would walk over and just tell the stupidest, inanest jokes and make funny sounds and stuff like that. And he was trying to be this, you know, diametric between how crushingly serious everything is and how crazy stupid you have to be to do stand-up. You know, I don't know. It was like that dichotomy. It was very interesting. But yeah, good question. Also, that's in the bonus material as well, for sale at my table. Just getting that in there. Any other questions? Doesn't have to be about the documentary for you latecomers. If you had, I think that's you in the back, probably didn't see the whole documentary. Yeah, hi, back there. How are you? Who's coming to the dinner tonight? Yay! Who saw me 6 years ago? Yay, same people, yay. Awesome. Well, I did a Q versus Tasha Yar improv, I think with Denise Crosby, and tonight it's going to just be a solo X-Files improv.
Oh, nice.
Who's seen me do the X-Files improv? All of us. Okay, so I better come up with another show then, really quickly. What's a sci-fi series I should improvise about?
Lone Gunman.
Lone Gunman. I just did that in Australia. In fact, 3 weeks ago we were in Melbourne at Armageddon Con, and it was the first time in 10 years that the three Lone Gunmen, Tom Braywood, Bruce Harwood, and I, were all at the same convention. So yeah, it was really awesome, and we all sat beside each other and caught up. And then I dragged them on stage to do a Lone Gunman improv, and it was, at first they were like, yeah, I don't want to do this. At the end, I couldn't shut them up. They were not. They got their own show going on. It was hilarious. Of course, I filmed that as well and burnt that on DVD, and that is available at my website. Just every question ends with a sales pitch. Is this what I've become? Shameless plug. It's just like, yeah. And my socks are available. No, I'm not kidding.
And bottled water.
Bottled water, yes, and I'm selling bottled water at my table. Non-genetically modified bottled water at my table. No, I'm not. That's funny.
What have you done with that rock thing?
Oh, the little bit.
Oh Oh yeah, that, I left it with my friends in London because I was worried it wouldn't get through security. And yeah, the organizer, and she put it in her flower pot and the flowers died, oddly enough. Yes, I know, but, I know, right? But as I said, I told her the story of it, and she didn't really believe it. So, according to Mark Bennett, he said, well, that's the very thing, the intention, one's own intention goes through the orgonite to make it grow. So if you don't believe it, it's also going to have a negative power effect and kill all your plants. So if you are skeptical in any way, I guess was the safety on that. So yeah.
Would you put it under her pillow if you ever?
No, she didn't. She just basically chucked it. I gave her a gift and she just chucked it in the flower pot and then went, thanks Dean, you killed all my plants. And then blamed me, and now that's my fault. So I don't know how that happened actually. But it's still there and I'm going to London in July, so I'll get it back and see if I can get it in my checked luggage.
Or maybe it's the plants who aren't believing.
Exactly, the plants aren't believing. I did not think of that. Yeah, that's right. Maybe she's all right. It's the plants going, what is this lump of rock here in my plants? And then they up and die.